Hey guys, welcome if you're new here, and if you're not, hi, welcome back. So as you saw today, I'm going to be giving a piercing tour. For context, I have 16 piercings on my face and my ears and my body. And so I'll just be talking about them, how much they hurt, like the pain level, and if I think they're worth it. Let's go. And I'll also be giving a little tour of like the jewelry that I regularly wear. I don't usually just wear a coat around the house like this, but I just got this the other day and it's so cute. Like, I'll start with my ears first, but if you wanna skip to like my face or whatever to see about those piercings, I'll put the timestamps at the bottom. Okay, so first this ear, I've got my first, my seconds, thirds and fourths, same as this one. So obviously the first ones I got were my first lobes. I got them when I was like 7. The pain level was probably like a 1 out of 10. It was done with a gun, which I know is meant to be bad, but they turned out fine. I originally got them pierced when I was like 4 or 5, but they fell out, so I got them re-pierced again on my 7th birthday. I didn't really get anything for years after that. I did my seconds myself with a sewing needle at home like 2 years ago now. I wouldn't recommend doing that. It hurt a lot because it was a sewing needle. It wasn't really sharp enough to really like go through straight away. And because it wasn't just a sewing needle, it was a sewing machine needle. And they're thicker at the top because you've got to attach them to the machine. So I couldn't even really like pull it through. I had to push it through my ear and then pull it back out and then quickly shove the jewelry in because obviously I can get it all the way through. And because machine needles have the hole on the bottom, like where the point is, I feel like that played a pretty big role in how much that hurt. They were infected for a while, which I'm not surprised about because, like, obviously. But they've healed now and they're pretty fine. The same thing with my thirds. I think I did them a day after. Well, they'd be probably, the seconds would probably be like a 7, maybe like a 6. Shut up. And then, yeah, so seconds would probably be like a 6 and the thirds would be like a 7. I've got my 4th earlobe piercings here, obviously. I would say they hurt a lot less because I actually did them with like a proper hollow needle. I got them off Shein, but they actually were really good quality. They were like hollow and they all came like pre-packaged, like sterilized, wrapped individually, and they actually worked really well and they healed really quickly. But yeah, they turned out really well. I'd rate the pain like a 4 out of 10 because it was an actual needle made for piercing. 2 helix piercings here. I've got this one and this one. I got the top one first. It was done by my friend in the bathroom at school. I think she got a piercing kit off Amazon and we just did it in the store. I think the pain was probably like a 1 out of 10. Second helix though, I pierced it myself and I realized it's a lot harder to pierce your helix yourself than your lobe because your lobe is really soft and it's kind of just easy to just stab it through. But your helix, especially where I pierced it, because I pierced it a bit closer to here, it's a lot tougher there because cartilage. So that hurt a lot, especially because it was hard to make myself push the needle through. So that took a little while, which made it hurt even more, but it healed really quickly and it's fine now. I have my tragus. I love my tragus. I really recommend it. I got that one professionally done. I've heard bad things about Skin Candy, but I think they were pretty good. This is a really weird opinion, but I think the tragus piercing actually felt really nice. when it got pierced, which is a bit weird. The cartilage on your tragus is just like it's a really weird texture. And when the needle actually went through, it felt really nice to me. Yeah. I had no problems with healing it. It healed in like less than a month. I thought it would be way more. But yeah, I really like the tragus. It's super cute. I was a bit worried that my tragus would be really like too small, because it is. But she said it was fine, and when it was healing, I just kind of had to make sure to not get anything caught on it because it could rip because of how small my tragus is. Next is my rook. There's nothing in there right now because it just did not heal. Like, it did not want to heal. Which that might have been partially my fault. Yeah, it got really swollen. It didn't heal. Like, I got my tragus like a month or so after I got my rook, and it was healed before this one had. It got so swollen, and one time the little ball fell off, and because it was a screw-in ball, because it was so swollen, it was way too hard to get it back in. Like, I literally couldn't. And then I was like, I'll just leave it alone. I'll try to make sure it doesn't fall out, and then when the swelling goes down, I can put it back in. But then it fell out, and it was impossible to get it back in because it started closing up immediately. Actually, I lied at the start. I said I have 16 piercings. Technically, I only have 15. But there was 16, so I'm gonna go with that. So that is all of my ears, and now let's move on to my face. First, my nose piercing. This was like, this is one of the first piercings I got. I got this when I was 14. But yeah, I really like this. A lot of people say that their nose piercing was really painful and horrible, and it felt like they were getting punched in their face, but to me it felt like nothing. It felt kind of like my lobe piercings, but maybe a bit like tougher, if you know what I mean. But I'd probably rate the pain for my nose like a 2 out of 10. I don't even know how long it took to heal because I didn't notice when it healed because I just kind of ignored that. But the one annoying thing though is you have to, especially when it's fresh, you have to be so careful with it and make sure you don't tear it. Especially with towels, if you're like rubbing your face after you get out of the shower, the little fibers on the towel can catch onto it and pull. The next one I got was my lip. I think, yeah, actually, my lip was one of my first piercings. I got that before I got like anything else on my ears other than my first. This was my 15th birthday present. Originally, I was gonna get just a regular labret. Please don't hate me. I've seen it pronounced both ways. But I convinced my mom, because she wanted me to get that because it's less showy. But I convinced her they're way cooler in my opinion. But if you want to get a hoop, get a regular labret. It's like a 7 because it took way longer than it should have, because no offense to the guy doing it, but he was an apprentice, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, everyone is at one point. But because if you've gotten piercings before, you know, like they put the needle in and then they attach the jewelry to the end of the needle and then pull that through. What he did was he put the needle in, but he only pushed it like maybe halfway up my lip, like halfway through it. Then he attached the jewelry and then he pulled it through the top. So I pretty much had to feel the pain of the needle going through twice. My septum, this one is, it hurt a lot. I would say like a 9 out of 10, which most people, it wouldn't be that much. Most people, it doesn't really hurt at all. But I got it pierced in the bathroom at school by the same friend who did my first helix. She hadn't done a septum before, but I just really wanted it pierced, and I couldn't go get it professionally done at that point because I was still under 16 and my mom didn't want me to get it. So she did it. She had like a clamp and everything and gloves and everything and the right stuff. But she pierced it a little bit below the spot where it's meant to be. So it went through thicker cartilage and that hurt so much. There was so much blood. It hurt a lot, but and because it was pierced too low, you can see like it goes up like that because it like just the way it was pierced, it can't just like sit like that. So yeah, if you're gonna get a septum, get it pierced professionally. It also hurt a lot because like the same day I got it at school, I also obviously had to hide it from my mom. So by the end of the day, I had to flip it back up, and that hurts so much, like. And then I kind of just like kept it up for most of the time when it was healing, so it would be fine. So yeah, that's all my face piercings, and now my belly button piercing. I'm just gonna put a photo of it here, and maybe a video of me getting it pierced. I'll insert a clip of me getting it pierced. Belly button, I got it when I was 14, like a month after I got my nose. I really liked it. I really like it. I'd been wanting it for a while. And pain would probably be like a 2 out of 10. Anything the clamp hurts way more than the actual needle. Okay, that is all of my 15/16 piercings. I show you guys quickly my like everyday sort of jewelry. So first is my necklace. She's a bit like all over the place. The chain, don't remember where it's from. I've got a little evil eye on here. Locket with Ariana Grande in it. She's a bit faded and green because I wore it in the shower and some of the water got in because it wasn't closed. I've got a little coin here. It's a 50 yen coin. It's from Japan. Because one of my friends, she was a Japanese exchange student in Australia, and she's showing me her coins, and I was like, oh, that one's cool because it has the little hole in it. So she gave it to me, so I put it on my necklace. I miss her. Bracelet. This is my Italian charm bracelet. I love it so much. I got it like 2 years ago for my 15th birthday. I have this Olivia Rodrigo one because she was doing a specific charm for each city or each country. I can't remember. But I think it is so cute. I didn't actually go to the concert. I couldn't get tickets. But my friend did, so I sent her some money and she got me this one. And she got it for me. It's super cute. I also have a discount code for it in the description if you want to use it. I don't wear this daily because my school wouldn't allow me to, but it's this beautiful Vivienne Westwood choker with like the pearls and everything. It is so cute. I love it. It isn't real, obviously, because I cannot afford that. I got it off Etsy though. I love this necklace so much. Charm. It's like, focus, bro. Are you gonna focus? Is Disco Tonic. They sell like really, really cool jewelry. If you're into like alternative, I guess you would say, sort of jewelry, go there. They're super cute stuff. Okay guys, so that was it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed seeing all my piercings and learning about them. And I'll see you next week for the next video. Bye!